And any chance he's trying to body up Nakatani. Be a little rough on the inside. There's nothing wrong with that.
He should be rough and be physical. Good shot right there, Nakatani. But he should also throw to the body. Clean, crisp shots right there. But this is what you said that Maloney would have to go through if he's going to try to get in the wheelhouse and in the kitchen of Nakatani.
Yes.
Break.
It won't be easy.
A fascinating matchup between these two.
But I think Maloney needs to attack that left side, his left side, the right side of Nakatani, because if he's standing straight, he'll get hit with that straight left. Or if he goes into it, that'll increase the power of Nakatani. So he's got to get to the right side of Nakatani as often as he can.
I like what I'm seeing so far from Maloney. When he's getting close, he's getting the inside, he's roughing up Nakatani. He's landing a few body shots. He's pushing him back on his heels and not allowing him to extend with anything.
Stop.
Any of his offense.
Trying with a short right uppercut on the inside was Maloney. Oh, it was a body shot that time from Nakatani as Maloney came forward and tried to land the right hand up.
Oh, no, just you could put these ones. No. Oh, you could put these ones? No. But, Mom, I don't want to... Wait, Mom. It's not... I'm going to kind of fix my arm, Mom. Like, kind of put it, far up. So, imagine... This not because it's been this up.
No, I gotta stay in there for a whole month.
A whole month? What? Have a month passed yet? Huh? In the half of a month?
Man, it's been 2 fucking days. What do you mean?
The 3. No, 2. 3. I'm fucking 2.
Get on my nerves.
Yo. Yeah? Go to the corner, Jahan. Go to the corner, right there.
Round number 2 of our World Championship fight here at 115 pounds. Before we get to the mega fight, just over an hour away from the start of the ESPN Plus pay-per-view, the undisputed world champion, Devin Haney, putting all 4 belts on the line against the former unified lightweight champion, Vasily Lomachenko. That is coming up
Be quiet.
10 p.m. Eastern on ESPN Plus pay-per-view. But that left hook to the body got everybody's attention in the first round.
Well placed right here. Nice
For
little
what?
throw right there. Beautiful game. Ooh, right hand. As
Jesse.
Maloney's throwing the right hand. Perfectly timed.
Nah,
right
go to the corner
underneath,
until you're done.
downstairs.
Because
That shot right there, that
you
right
can,
uppercut
because she
from
just had to tell y'all to
Nakatani
come down
Maloney
here.
froze
That's why
him right
she
in
told
his
y'all to come
tracks.
down
You see
here
him
so
moving
y'all can hit the
around,
corner.
trying to clear
So
his
all of
head
y'all.
right now.
Doubles up the uppercut and then goes with a knockdown, scored with a right uppercut. 4, 2 lefts and a right. Nakatani scores it.
7, 8. Ready? Come here. Give me your gloves.
The undefeated power puncher looking to get after Maloney here.
It's the upper test. Right and left
Hook
uppercut.
comes in. Left uppercut again. Right uppercut again. And Maloney's pressing shoulder to shoulder and looking to tie up.
But he's leaning over
Let
his
go,
feet.
guys. Come on.
Nakatani sees it. He's taking advantage.
Wraps it around to a body shot with the right hand.
Nakatani went away from the upper and then came back to it after the body shot.
Another right hand to the body. Showing all the offense here in round number 2. The undefeated recent world champion who moved up in weight, looking to claim another division.
Body
Get
shot
your hands
again.
free.
Nakatani.
Box out of there.
Well, this is exactly what I'm talking about. This is what Maloney has to do. He's got to absorb these punches. He got to come back in this round.
He's
He
in
has to.
survival mode right now.
Look,
he's not trying to absorb the punch at the moment.
Look, he's recovered. He's landing some serious body shots right now.
Good shot right there.
On Nakatani.
Good second round here between these two.
He's been here before. He's been down before. He's been hurt.
Break. No.
In a dramatic trilogy against Joshua Franco. Stakes are much higher here, though. His first attempt at a widely recognized world title. Nakatani's had one.
I see blood from Maloney. From the nose and I believe the eye.
Your right eye looks like there's some redness and some blood. There's another right uppercut from Nakatani.
That's the shot. The right or left uppercut.
For 3 straight uppercuts that scored the knockdown early on here in round number 2.
Maloney has to forget about the head and just go down to the body. Focus on the body.
Break time.
Yes, if you want.
He's caught on the lid. He's caught on the lid. And that's a punch. I believe that's a headbutt.
We're rushing a little bit, okay? We've got a long time. We've got a long time, okay?
Small cut on the lid.
Yeah. Side to side. But have to move.
Yeah, this was
Expected this in this fight against Maloney. You know, the poison for him is the uppercut. He leans over his front knee when he's trying to get inside, as you see right there, leaning over his front knee. And I knew Nakatani had an uppercut waiting for him, and that's why I said what I said at the beginning, that he's going to have to take some to get on the inside. He's going to have to absorb some shots. He's going to have to depend on his mental toughness and effort because he's outgunned in there by a big, tall, long, rangy fighter and champion in Nakatani.
Nakatani threw 77 punches in that second round. 59 of them were power punches. He landed 17 of those, including the uppercuts that scored the knockdown. Big round for the undefeated Nakatani.
Stop.
He got smashed with a left hand on the way in. And he got hurt, but he disguised it well by just bodying up with Nakatani.
Let's check in with Bernardo Osuna.
Spoke with Stitch Duran and he said, I have the cut under control. Referee Mark Nelson walked over because he thought the cut on Junto Nakatani was caused by a headbutt.
Bernardo. Now we have a clash that Mark Nelson is. Look at this gash. Look at this gash
Accidental butt.
on the accidental clash of heads.
Accidental headbutt. Both of them, actually, yeah.
Not in a bad spot.
Okay, ready to go.
Blood is streaming down into that left eye, but it is not on the lid. The cut is not on the lid.
Time in.
Here's how it happened.
Just trying to close the gap. There it is. Southpaw orthodox. You're going to get that often. Power hands line up on the same line. Heads also.
The only way Maloney's going to slowly get himself in this fight is by letting his punches go. When he is in range, close to Nakatani, he's got to throw. He's got to start putting some money in the bank with body shots and uppers and short shots inside. That's going to slowly start to discourage and start to wear down Nakatani. But just taking shots and clinching is not going to do it.
It's not going to do it. You got to find the right range, Dre. And it wouldn't hurt if he was to feint a little bit more. Feint, clear the punch first.
Just missed a big right hand right there.
He's walking right into these shots.
There's a right uppercut again. As blood streams down the face of Nakatani from that clash. Maloney's been cut as well.
That's a long-range uppercut. That's a nasty punch to get hit with.
And now Maloney trying to drill his way into the inside, right into the chest of Nakatani.
Come on, they handle free, Jess.
Maloney's got to free both.
Nakatani, he looking for that uppercut.
That was the
on the
fake you
inside.
were looking for.
That's
right
the
there.
fake,
And
yes.
that caused before I can finish my sentence, Nakatani.
As he's throwing, The jab, or the right hand, excuse me.
A lot of action early on here in this world title fight. Knockdown was scored in round number 2. Big clash of heads earlier in this round. Take a short break and be right back to Vegas.
Time.
That shit gonna come back going if there's people on here watching. Subscribe, and I'm gonna be doing all this until they cut it off.
There is Vasily Lomachenko as he is entering the back of the Grand Garden Arena. Time and again, he has been in the pressure-packed spots. He's getting a very warm reception here as the crowd sees him on the jumbo. The 2-time Olympic gold medalist, the 3-division world champion, the former #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world. And then, of course, he served his country. He had the opportunity to fight for the undisputed world championship a year ago, but he left boxing to serve in the Ukraine Regional Defense Forces after the Russian invasion. 322 days away from the sport. He says, I have no regrets. Feels absolutely it was the right decision. And now he gets that opportunity to fight for undisputed status on an ESPN Plus pay-per-view against Devin Haney tonight. Round number 4 here of our world title fight. Nakatani has scored the knockdown, but now he's dealing with a cut after a clash of heads in the 3rd round. Bernardo.
I just spoke with Angelo Hyder, and he told me, I want Andrew to dig to the body, but he's got to start faster and be first.
Not sure Maloney can be first as often as coach wants to. Good shot right there.
Could hear it.
Because he's facing a fighter, and Nakatani is just too quick, too fast, too accurate. But after Nakatani throws, he's got to get his shots off. He's right. He can't waste time inside, look for the ref, or allow one arm to be tied up. He's got to rip with both shots.
But he's getting set up, even off the back foot from Nakatani. Nakatani not just standing still. He's throwing long shots, and then when Maloney try to close the distance, he steps back and shoots an uppercut right up the middle. Smart fighter.
Not sure Nakatani has gotten out of second gear yet. I think he's still fighting on cruise control. No respect to Maloney, but he's facing a smaller guy. Everything that Nakatani has thrown has pretty much landed. He's feeling good about where he's at, and he hasn't had to dig deep into a bag of any kind. Skill, different type punches, or even his will. He hasn't been forced to do that. Maloney's got to take him there.
And the work rate, a significant gap as he's thrown over 100 more punches than Maloney. Tried to time a left hand as Maloney opened up.
Yep, off the probe. That's it. Just occupying that space, keeping them at bay, putting a barrier in front of Maloney.
But when you're getting hit with these kind of shots, the kind of shots that Maloney's getting hit with, your first instinct oftentimes is to defend yourself and then punch. So after that process goes through, Nakatani's no longer there, or they're in a clinch and the referee breaks them.
Comes his uppercut. He's sitting on that back foot.
Stop. Be careful. No.
Just missed a straight left right there, Nakatani.
There's the right uppercut.
This is where Maloney wants to work, and the referee said fight out of there. So he's trying to give both fighters an opportunity to work. But he will break if he has to.
Back out.
Junto Nakatani in control early on here, this World Championship fight against Andrew Maloney. We were able to listen into Angelo Hyder, the trainer for Maloney. He said, we've got to slow down Nakatani. We've got to get to the inside. We've got to work. We've got to try to get him to the ropes and go to the body. But look at the total power punches through 4 rounds. You see the distinct advantage, 46 to 19 for Nakatani. He's already scored a knockdown as well.
Oh, that's easier said than done.
It is, because you got to go through fire. You got to go through a ton of leather and power in order to have your
Break. I got it.
an opportunity to land your own offense. It's difficult to do. It's a good jab over the top right there from Maloney.
That right arm, Maloney has to stop clinching with that right arm and let his shots go.
He's reaching out. He's reaching out. He's the one that's causing the clinch.
He's reaching he's grabbing the dangerous hand, which is the left arm. That's what he wants to stop from hitting him to the head and to the body. So he's thinking about protecting himself over punching.
And more success with the uppercuts by Nakatani here in round 5.
Yeah, but he took the power off. Oh, that was a nice little trick right there. He had his head down. He hit him right in the thigh. That was Nakatani is something else.
Nakatani's not done with those uppercuts.
But look, he shortened his shot up, and he's getting him there. He let off the power just a little bit. He just wants to touch him, just as his coach is telling him to do. And then he's going to lower the boom sooner or later.
They are not the long-range uppercut that Ray was referencing earlier.
Just hand snapping.
Yep.
That's it.
Stop. No, don't punch.
And he hits hard enough that it hurts.
It's a dead zone for Maloney. He doesn't need to be out there.
Even when he gets close, he's getting ate up with uppercuts.
But at least he's in range to punch. He can't hit Nakatani from that range, from long range. His arms aren't long enough. This right here, this Nakatani's range.
So
just missed that straight left right there.
I'm just telling, it's just so discouraging right now. I'm watching this fight, and I'm just saying he's getting beat on the outside, and he's getting beat on the inside.
Step back.
I mean, what else can you result to?
I think this is exactly the fight that his trainer, Rudy Hernandez, expected. Listen, we've been around Rudy Hernandez for years and years. The brother of the former late world champion, Gennaro Hernandez. He speaks of Nakatani in ways that few trainers speak of their charges.
Good shot right there from Maloney.
The change-up shot. It wasn't a right hand.
Good body shot
The
from
right
Maloney.
hand comes in from Maloney.
But he can't land that if he doesn't throw.
There, he gave his right arm right there. When you reach out and you give your right arm, it's going to get tied up.
Here's the bell.
Keep your hands in tight.
We're going to have the punch of the night from our undercard when we come back. You got to see this. AutoZone. Watch Emiliano Fernando Vargas body shot for a second round knockout. Look at that thing. Placed perfectly against Rafael Hasso as he gets the TKO. Yes, Emiliano Fernando Vargas, as in the son of. And he is, guys, a dynamite prospect signed by Top Rank. He's only 19 years old. He's 5-0 with 4 knockouts. And it looks like the sky could be the limit.
He's a young fighter carrying a big name and a lot of pressure. So far, he's doing a good job. Saw great improvement tonight, great power, great punch selection. Still got work to do on defense, but every fighter has work to do. Excited to see more of him in the future. Good sneaky right hook right there to the body from Nakatani.
Nakatani and Maloney here. WBO Junior Bantamweight World Championship on the line. Nakatani with a 65-32 connect advantage and a 10-8 second round. Scored the knockdown with an uppercut in the second round. Reminder, at the conclusion of this World Championship fight, we will hear from the undefeated pound-for-pound elite Shakur Stevenson, already a 2-division champion. He is greatly interested in what happens in our undisputed title fight tonight between Haney and Lomachenko.
Oh, good shot right there from Maloney. I like what Nakatani did a few minutes ago. He sat on the ropes. He gained momentum and actually used the ropes to allow him to explode up with some short body shots. Not a big reaction from Maloney. Probably wasn't seen at home, but that's a nice move from Nakatani. Veteran move from the young fighter.
You're holding. Let his arm go. There you go.
You know, I thought Nakatani was just a power guy. I thought he just had one punch. He's showing
now you're starting to see Maloney start to do what you wanted him to do early on. I think Nakatani is fatiguing a bit, and the power has gone down a little bit, enough where Maloney feels comfortable to do what we see him doing right now. But Nakatani's still dangerous.
But let me just say, he's still dangerous.
Still dangerous.
A lot of versatility. I'm starting to see Nakatani. He's boxing on the outside, setting traps. Beautiful uppercuts up the middle.
Good short right hand from Maloney right there. Nakatani took it well. You know what fighters having success when the things he got hit with, the punches, they're not quite landing the way they did early on, and his punches are landing cleaner and having more of an effect. That's what's happening with Maloney right now.
It's where Maloney's corner told him he wants to fight in terms of the real estate right now.
But that's exactly what.
So you got to work when you're there.
He needs this right here. This is the confidence booster. This is going to have him come out even in the next round and continue to apply the pressure that he's applying right now.
Can Maloney do it? Can he turn things around halfway through this championship fight? Dollar bet on tonight's undisputed lightweight championship between Haney and Lomachenko and win $150 in bonus bets instantly. Sign up now with the promo code ROAST. As Vasily Lomachenko and the world champion Devin Haney have settled into their locker rooms. We are 41 minutes away from the start of the pay-per-view. You can go to ESPNplus.com/pay-per-view. You can go to your mobile app and just click the fight tile, purchase the pay-per-view. This is, so far, listen, we've had great moments in the sport this year. Obviously, with what Tank Davis did, that was a mega promotion. This is the most significant fight so far in boxing this year. Haney versus Lomachenko, 4 belts, and the domino effect of what it will do to multiple divisions, potentially from 130 to 140. As they're going to take a quick break to fix the tape. Remember in the last round, using the ropes, we pointed that out, Trey.
Veteran move.
Get a
Don't
scissor.
see a lot of it.
Snip
Pressed
go.
against the ropes. And you see him just drop down and explode up. Use that as leverage to throw short shots with just a little bit more leverage. Good shot right there. That hurt. Another time he did it. We didn't show that, but he did it 2 times in a row. Just a great time. You don't see a lot of that these days.
That's old school. That's some old school tactics right there.
You either see a fighter freeze on the ropes a lot of times, or you see them panic along the ropes, and Nakatani did neither.
There is a lot to like with Junto Nakatani.
And there's a lot to like right now, what's going on for Maloney. Putting that pressure on, finally starting to get to Nakatani.
Has to put the pressure on. Has to close that gap. Get out of the danger zone.
But
Let
the
hands
body,
go.
yes, the body's the key. Start to the body, finish to the head. Unless you have something clean to the head.
Get your hands free. There you go.
Good shot.
There's a body shot that comes in. And then 2 uppercuts come right back from Nakatani.
Which is to be expected.
Blood coming from the nose of Maloney.
Stop. Okay, that's all right. Keep going. Box.
It's a good fight.
Referee's doing a great job as well, trying to stay out of the action as often as he can, as much as he can.
Mark Nelson.
Good shot right there. I felt that body shot right there from Nakatani. That was good. He spun out. Good shot from both guys.
Wow, both guys going to the body simultaneously.
Yeah, nigga.
And then another right hand rip by Maloney. This is a good 7th round.
My Facebook, you heard?
That's the heart I'm talking about. That's the effort I'm talking about. That's what I want to see.
I'm screaming that shit, you heard? I said I'm screaming that shit live, you
Rudy
heard?
Hernandez has done a good job with that cut.
I found
the
a way
clash
to do
of
that
heads.
shit. But that's my
Right in the middle
little
of the forehead
gaming
of
channel and
Nakatani.
shit, nigga. The YouTube.
Both men were cut early on in this fight.
At this point in the fight, both fighters giving just as much as they're getting.
Right. But yeah, that's gonna be live. You probably already
And
ordered
if you're Nakatani, you're saying, "Oh my God, what's keeping this man up?" Every other guy that I've faced in my
share that with
career
everybody,
this
nigga. I'm
far,
trying to get
I
niggas
hit
to
him with
be
these
all on
shots
that
and they
channel.
fall. But this man continues to come back.
Andrew Maloney is so determined.
Ooh, oh, he robbed him with that. He hurt him a little bit with that. I saw his legs buckle a bit.
Get off his neck, Andrew.
Well-paced 7th round here. World title on the line at 115 pounds. They were face-to-face yesterday afternoon at this time when Haney gave the big shove to Loma. Now they are back in their locker rooms getting ready for the Undisputed World Championship. It's coming up in just under 40 minutes. We will start the ESPN Plus pay-per-view. 3 fights on that pay-per-view, including the Undisputed Championship fight between Haney and Loma. Oscar Valdez will be in the co-feature on the pay-per-view portion. He's up against Adam Lopez right now. Valdez is getting his hands wrapped. Eddie Reynoso, also the trainer of Canelo Alvarez. Oscar's father is there as well. As the former world champion, who's been off for over a year. Last fought Shakur Stevenson right here in this ring. He's getting ready to make his return. With a win tonight, he's expected to fight for a world championship against Emmanuel Navarrete in what would be a thrilling fight this summer. Let's check in with Bernardo.
Just spoke with Rudy Hernandez, who trains Junto Nakatani, and he says, look, we've got a guy with a strong will in front of us. We want to be at the distance. He's getting inside, so Junto's got to land those uppercuts to keep discouraging him.
Stop. I got it.
He got to keep landing those uppercuts, but see a small change in his tactics here. He wants to maintain on the outside. He's using his jab a lot more. Nakatani looking to set up, create some space for himself, making it a little bit more difficult for Maloney to get inside on him.
And that's why Maloney's having all this trouble.
Yep.
Where he's allowing this to happen. Just because Nakatani makes an adjustment doesn't mean that you go along with it. Maloney needs to live inside, not just taking punches, but landing as well.
Taking a whole lot of leather trying to get to that spot, that one spot, and that's mid-range to inside.
The last round was a heavy offensive round for Maloney, so he's probably taking this round off, trying to recover it, but he's doing it in the wrong way. If you're going to take a round off, you can't get hit in the meantime. Not like he's getting hit, because one shot may get in there and land in the right spot, and you could go down or go out.
Tell you that's not gonna help you get out the corner. Go somewhere, Jaheim.
It needs to be all the way out, Dre. Allow Nakatani to come try to hunt him down. Just change it. Rest. Use your legs a bit. Stay on the outside and stay away from harm's way.
You're making noise. But they wasn't hurting when you was upstairs jumping around and playing. So when you can stand there and be quiet for a few minutes, then you can go. You're not. You're over there making noise. Jaheim was quiet. That's why he's not in the corner no more. But you're over there making noise. Be quiet and then you can go. And if you can't do that,
and that's how
no, you wasn't. You asked me to get out the corner, then you kept walking away because people was vacuuming. Then you kept going to grab your hair tie off the floor. You wasn't staying still. It's not up for debate. I've been here the whole time. If you turn around and be quiet, you can go. But if you do that, you're only going to be there longer and longer and longer. Babe, can you come get this nigga, please? The nigga ain't been standing there being quiet the whole time. He been doing everything but standing there. Now he's crying because Jaheim's out the fucking corner, about to start his shit, and we not about to do it. He ain't did nothing to get out this fucking corner. You? What up, Pootie? No, you haven't been. Because when you started vacuuming, the nigga tried to walk over there and say, oh, it's my chore, I need to go do it. Tried to explain to me why he had to leave the corner to go do that. And he was playing with his hair tie. No.
And when you're there, you have to let your hands go. They feel that they can't give any more rounds away here. Angelo Hyder, who a week ago was in the corner of Andrew's brother Jason when Jason won, when Jason became a bantamweight champion last week. Now the pressure's on Andrew, the twin brother.
Yes, it is, and he told him right. He was honest with him in the corner, and that's what a fighter needs to hear. He's doing the right thing. He's back in the pocket where he belongs, where he should be. And he's doing the bump that his trainer was asking for as well.
Jason was great last week in just sticking to a game plan and doing what he needed to do against Vincent Astrolabia. Just stuck with the jab, boxed his way to a win. This is a much tougher challenge for this Maloney against Nakatani.
Yes, it is.
Nakatani's like 3 Astrolabias.
Yes, absolutely, Dre. Break. Remember, Nakatani scored the knockdown in round number 2.
Yeah, he's slick on the inside, too. Finding small little angles to shoot his uppercuts from. Nice little turnout right there, a little hop pivot.
Yeah, I don't know what turned off in Maloney after the 7th round, which was a competitive round for both, but a good round for him. This 8th round and the 9th, he's just turned off. He seems to not have that same fire that he had when he started to pick up the pace.
Dre, to your point, in round 6 and round 7, he outlanded Junto Nakatani. He outworked him, he outlanded him, and his corner said that to him exactly. He gave him the 8th round off. You cannot do that in a world championship fight.
Well, it's a long way back to Australia.
And remember, you already have a 10-8 round against you early on.
It's just one of those fights where you have to go beyond how you feel. You have to stop thinking and you have to just work and try to pile up points and try to get a shot through that can hurt your opponent. And you may risk getting knocked out in order to try to get your shot through.
Nice left hook.
Punching between punches.
That's what he needs to do.
The Chinese boy, nice. Japan, whatever he is.
Willing with these exchanges, isn't he? Break.
Got a question for you, Tess. Who has to work harder? The shorter runner or the taller runner with long legs?
Yeah, shorter guy.
Exactly. That's what's happening right now. Maloney has to work harder, 10 times more than Nakatani to be able to get to where he needs to get to. So he's starting to fade and he's absorbing a ton of punishment.
And there's only going to be 9 minutes left to solve it all.
He's a beast.
Beautiful ring. That's what we want.
That was great, Andrew, when you put me back like that. That was great.
Sorry. Sit down if you want.
Those short punches are the ones that are going to knock you out.
Andrew, he's thrown him from the middle range, right? We need you to get inside and bump and shorten it up where he can't punch. You're trading with him at the moment, getting in your range. Do you understand? Andy, we've got to win these rounds. We may even need to stop him. Okay? So you've got to get inside and you've got to throw 2 hands to the body. Andrew, but you've got to throw short shots from your range, okay? Andrew, hit the body and come up with that left hook short. That's the one that'll catch him and the right one's catching him. Do it from your range. Now breathe deep. Andrew, don't try too hard. Andrew, don't try too hard. Do it with timing, okay? Timing.
Listen to how calm Angelo Hyder was in delivering an urgent message. That is I don't care if it's boxing. I don't care if it's any form of sports coaching, leadership, management. That was a clinic right there.
I agree.
He knows his fighter is trailing. He knows time is running out. It's round number 10 of a championship fight. He's delivering a message that we may need to stop him, but he's delivering it in a calm, purposeful, direct way. That was masterful by Angelo Hyder.
Yeah, there's no panic in his voice.
Yes.
But there's urgency, and there's a difference.
Now, his guy's got to do it. That's the issue. Because Nakatani's been in control. He's outlanded Maloney 109 to 82. He has a power punch connected advantage of 100 to 75, and he has scored a knockdown in this fight.
Nakatani doesn't give you the look, nor does he have the build of what you would call a tough guy, but he's a tough guy.
Yes, he is.
He's been hit with some shots tonight. He's had his way for the most part in this fight, but he's not afraid. He doesn't mind scrapping and getting in close. It just doesn't serve him very well, but the toughness is there. Former champion, different division. He's the real deal.
Yeah, it's interesting to think he's the bigger, longer guy. He was a champion at flyweight, so he's moved up here to 115 pounds and could be coming in to a victory in moments unless Maloney can turn things around late. You heard what his own corner had to say about that.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of guys in this division is going to be running towards Nakatani and wanting to fight him, especially if he wins this fight tonight.
Don't hold, guys. Andrew, let him go.
Maloney's got 2.5 rounds to try to make something happen.
He needs a knockout.
And he wants to go home and be on that long flight knowing that he's done everything that he possibly can. He can't leave anything here or leave anything in the tank. He wants to leave it all here.
Go somewhere, okay? And if you go upstairs and you start any form of a trouble, you'll be right back in the corner. If you bother anybody, if you jump somewhere, if they tell you to stop, go up there and lay in a bed and go to bed. That's all that should happen.
Nakatani's in rhythm. There's that left uppercut, back to the right uppercut. That's how he scored the knockdown in the second round. Rudy Hernandez, his trainer, said, I started training him when he was 15 years old, and it just clicked. This was a guy on a mission since the time he was 15 years old to be at this level.
Punch out.
He said he was so disciplined.
Yes.
Never seen a fighter or had another fighter that was disciplined as Nakatani.
And that's coming from a man whose brother,
everybody
was an elite world champion.
Yes.
Inspect. Get the loose tape, okay? We got loose tape. Right glove.
Need you to breathe deep. Mate, there's parts in there that you're hurting him with the left hook.
Loose tape over here, guys.
Andrew,
You want to tape it up.
But we need to bump. Now breathe for me, breathe. Just breathe and relax your body. Just relax. 2 rounds to go. 2 rounds to go.
Yeah, I caught it. I got him taping it now. Thank you. Appreciate it. 2 to go, babe. I'm good. Thank you.
Breathe, just breathe. Andrew, Canelo-style tight hands, bumping back, and then work that short left hook, right hand. Right hand, left hook. Old school tough stuff. Andrew, 2 hands, not one. Not just the left hook. And you give me left hook, right hands.
All right, it's taped on the right side.
Old school tough stuff, says Angelo Hyder, as the championship rounds have arrived, as we are now under a half an hour to go. There's that clock down. That countdown clock is getting you set for Haney and Lomachenko. ESPN Plus pay-per-view. You can do it on your app. You can do it online. Just click the fight tile, buy the pay-per-view, and you get Haney and Lomachenko and 2 other very good fights. Bernardo, what do you have?
Rudy Hernandez wants this rhythm for his Junto Nakatani. He says, speed, speed, power. Don't load up on every shot. Set it up behind the jab and then let him have it.
That's something you often talk about, Timmy, the different pace of punches.
Yeah, because the opponent, he gets used to getting hit with the same pace, the same rate. Now, if you switch it up, then you surprise them. Remember, it's the punch that they don't see is the one that usually hurts them.
Championship rounds here. WBO junior bantamweight title on the line. Nakatani had a flyweight belt. Maloney had an interim belt. Oh! A straight left hand floors Maloney.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Come here. You good? You good? Walk over here.
Long range left hand from Nakatani. He has been sharp shooting all night, in complete control. The undefeated title-seeking Junto Nakatani. Comes with the left hand again. Tries to split the guard behind the jab. Maloney looking to tie up. Still over a minute to survive here in round number 11.
Protect yourself.
Straight left hand, right on the money. Another one, Tess. Maloney's doing his best to try to clear his head and trying to keep himself in this fight right now.
Give me your gloves. You good? Yeah. Protect
That
yourself.
nigga legs are gone.
There's that uppercut. He has shown everything in the offensive arsenal tonight. Even that little stop and pop was able to affect him. Maloney just trying to get to the inside to tie up.
Stop.
Final half minute here of round 11.
I'll tell you this, you can't doubt the toughness of Maloney. He is one tough cookie.
He is tough. But let me say this. Nakatani's good.
Yeah.
But he is really good.
Yes, he is.
There are a lot of folks who have been watching him train,
Don't punch.
who have been seeing the ascent with the sparring, and in recent weeks said, watch out, this kid's got it. He does. He's got it.
Andrew? You're sitting outside and you're getting hurt a bit, mate. I think we might have to stop it, mate, because you're not listening. You haven't been listening for a couple of rounds, Andy. Well, if you're okay, mate, you've got to stay on his chest and you've got to throw your short hooks and short punches, short. The second you're waiting out long, we're stopping it. You got it?
Angelo Hyder was just about to stop the fight, and he gave his fighter another chance. He said, you haven't been listening. You're taking damage. You're getting hurt.
Outside, stop.
Yeah.
Stop
Andrew,
it straight away.
Listen, are you good
Well,
to go?
Nakatani set it up off the
Protect
jab.
yourself,
Nice
okay?
stick right there. You see the jab? Do you see Maloney? He moved his head to the left to avoid the jab, but then he brought his head right back to the middle towards the left hand of Nakatani, getting caught right on the chin and set on his behind.
Look at the damage that's done. Look at Maloney's face and his right eye. 12th and final round. You heard what Hyder said. He said, if you take any damage here, we're going to stop the fight. Nakatani is closing in on a second division world championship. The undefeated fighter has been in absolute control all night long.
No. Come here. Give me your gloves.
Well, Tess, he said he wants to be exactly like his countrymen. He said he wants to climb up the ranks and go from weight class to weight class and dominate.
Like Naoya Inoue.
Yes.
Who was the recent undisputed bantamweight champion, who now is going to 122 pounds for a showdown fight for unification against Stephen Fulton, July 25th on ESPN+. That is a great matchup among world champions. Double jab, left hand, uppercut, trying to split the guard. Maloney's face showing you all you need to see.
Tess, he's so dangerous. Nakatani is so dangerous because not only can he keep his height and his reach and hit you from the outside, he also can fight in the inside. He can battle you where the smaller guys like to operate.
Stop. Don't punch. Step back.
Andrew still trying to do his best to close the gap and land some shots. A lot of fatigue. He absorbed a ton of punishment throughout the course of this fight. And he's giving it everything he has in this last round. Whatever's left in the tank, he's giving. Where you see Nakatani, he's just buying his time right now. He's just trying to set up one last punch, trying to end this fight with one shot.
Remember, this fight was almost stopped after the 11th round by the corner of Maloney. They sent him back out, and now he's a half minute away from going the distance in what will most likely be lopsided scores and a championship won for Nakatani.
Oh, my God. Oh,
that was devastating.
Shoot.
He is laid out in brutal fashion. Absolute devastating dynamite power by Nakatani, and now there is a situation in the ring with Maloney. They need medical attention in there right away.
Oh my
that
God.
was as brutal of a single punch as you
That
will
was the
ever
best
see.
punch in boxing right there. That shit was crazy.
Unbelievable punch, and they are needing medical attention immediately for Maloney.
Told you. I told you he was setting him up for one shot.
Remember, his corner thought about not sending him out for the 12th round.
Yeah, there's two in there.
They said he was taking too much punishment, and now this is how it finishes.
Damn.
As big a single punch moment of power as a fighter can absorb, and he absorbed it after 12 brutal rounds and being knocked down twice. They have the highest level of a trauma center here in Las Vegas. The ringside physicians and the local doctors are well equipped to observe situations with fighters, more so than any area in the country. And that will be the case for Andrew Maloney, as that's an excellent sign that he is sitting upright and he is aware. But he will undoubtedly be off to the hospital for observations. Tim, everything else is just a game. You don't play boxing.
You don't play boxing.
This is life and death.
Yes. And this is why the disappointment sets in on a fighter who gets brutally knocked out like this or loses a fight, because you do everything right. Understand that. In your training, in your preparation, and it's not good enough. So disappointing.
That is a dangerous situation when a fighter has absorbed so much, when his corner acknowledges it, nearly did not send him out, and then you have that level of single punch power that lands as purely flush as it can.
Tess, I told you, he was setting them up. He was taking power off his shots. He's changed the way his front was.
Now that he is on his feet, we will show you the replay. As everybody has assessed Maloney, he's on his feet. Here's what happened.
My gosh.
Watch his legs. That's all you need to know. Watch the legs.
Flick jab. Sting getting range. He sees him coming in. Times him perfectly. Gets his head off the line. Looping left hand.